Welcome Mahindra stakeholders. Let me share the Mahindra auto business performance in F16. The macro environment in F16 showed some improvement than F15. However, weak rural economy and regulatory uncertainties continue to affect the industry. In F16, the auto industry was on growth track, driven by new launches and customers preferring to buy newer SUVs over any other segment vehicles. Share of gasoline also increased. The small commercial vehicle segment, which is less than 3.5 ton, continued to face challenges, though for the first time after 17 quarters in Q4 F16, it turned positive. SCV growth was fueled by manufacturing activities and pull from mining sectors, leading to revival in replacement demand. F16 was a year of launches for Mahindra. For the first time in auto industry, 14 new products and significant refreshes were launched in almost all participating segments. We launched 10 new vehicles and major refreshes in UVs and SCV space and 4 new trucks and buses. The new Trimurti TUV 300, KUV 100 and Jito outperformed these segments since its launch. The Tough TUV 300 became the highest selling compact SUV since its launch in September 2015. KUV 100 clocked more than 42,000 bookings and gained 10% market share in Q4 after its launch in January 2016. With this, in the existing quarter of Q4, UV market share stood at 41%. Jito, since its launch, closed 20,000 plus sales despite light commercial vehicles less than 2 ton degrew by more than 12%. With the addition of other new products in the small commercial vehicle segment like Jito, Supro and Imperio, we have consolidated our leadership position where we own more than half the market of small commercial vehicle less than 3.5 ton segment. The power brands retained its ground despite competitive intensity and array of new launches from competition. They together sold 2.9 lakh vehicles, with Bolero continue to be the #1 SUV for 10 years in a row, an unprecedented record in a dynamic auto industry. With most of the 10 launches taking place from F16 Q2 onwards and power brands holding on to the ground, Mahindra became the fastest growing OEM in second half of the year F16 with a growth of 18%, which is double the industry growth. Mahindra is among the pioneer in rural reach. In F16, we improved rural share of business to 40%. We doubled our exclusive rural network by increasing rural sales consultants, outlets, kiosks and synergy outlets with Mahindra Finance and Mahindra Tractors. We are present at Tehsil level across India, and in F16 we established presence in 2,800 tehsils. With this, we now have reached to approximately 3 lakh plus villages out of the total 6.5 lakhs villages in India. In F16, with new products, existing power brands and focused rural strategy, we achieved 5.4% growth. Talking about the international operations, we achieved 19.3% growth, highest ever exports with strong demand from neighboring markets of Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Nepal. In trucks and buses, we had stellar growth both in HCV and the light commercial vehicle segment, more than 3.5 ton, and have also increased our market share. HCV we grew by 63%, and in LCV, we grew by 19%. The Blazer range of products have been well received at the marketplace. For the year FY16, although volume growth was 6.3% overall for the auto business, we were able to deliver much higher revenue growth at 10%, largely due to better realization in the vehicles portfolio as well as improvement in the adjacencies. At 21.5%, our profit growth has been more than double the revenue growth. With forecast of better macroeconomic conditions going forward and with the newer and wider product portfolio, we see a better year going forward.